STOMP will be at the Washington Pavilion June 11th and 12th, and joining me to discuss what you can expect and give us a little bit of a sample are some of the performers. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Okay, first of all, tell us what STOMP is for those that maybe don't know.
Oh, well, it's a show dating now like 30 years. I think next year we're going to celebrate our 30 years. And it's a percussion dance show, but it's way more than that. When you go see it, you're going to be amazed at what we can do with any regular household object, including tractor tire inner tubes, sinks, brooms, you name it, we do it.
Yeah, and talk about what kind of got you guys involved in STOMP.
You want to?
Yeah, so when I grew up kind of seeing the show as a kid and fell in love with music and dance through the show, so it's an honor to be able to finally get to perform it alongside these people who I saw perform all my life.
How about for the rest of you guys?
I think a lot of us saw the show growing up as a kid. I actually got this shirt when I went to the show when I was 15. So I'm a dancer, we're both dancers. They're a little bit more from percussion, music backgrounds, but I think it just kind of pulls you in when you see it.
Yeah, how is it just so unique to maybe other shows people see or bands or anything like that?
I would say the coolest part of the show is that there's no vocals, really. Everything that we do, I think most shows that come to this theater are either musicals or plays where there's lines or songs, and we really portray everything with just our body and just our movements and some comedy as well. People don't even realize it's a funny show when they see it, so that's always a nice little surprise.
Yeah. Would you say this is a good family event for all ages, things like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What's it like, I've just seen people kind of come out and enjoy the show and their reactions to it, if they've maybe never been there.
Oh, every show, and you not just kids are jumping up in the aisle sometimes and clapping, but also adults. You'll see grown adults be clapping their way back to their cars, and I've heard from multiple people that for that next week it's kind of corny to say, but you do start hearing music and not in the usual spots, right? Just driving and hitting the bumps in the road, whatever it is. There's rhythm everywhere if you're paying attention.
Tell us about kind of where you've all performed and kind of just your journey with this and how long you've been doing it for.
I have an interesting story, actually. I loved STOMP as a kid, and then in high school, I did a variety show performance of it. But I didn't join the show until just after the pandemic, and I've had the pleasure and the privilege to perform it all over the country as well as Europe, which has been amazing.
Super cool. How about for you guys?
I joined at the same time as Micah. We auditioned together, so it's been about 3 years with the show. Dylan's our newest member.
Yeah, I joined September of last year, and I did a little bit out here, and then I did a little bit in Europe as well.
Yeah.
I haven't had the privilege of going to Europe, but I've been in the show for about 11 years.
Wow.
Minus the pandemic years, but it's been a wild ride. I got to perform with so many different people. So they draw from, the Brazilians are in the show. I'm Hispanic. We have so many different ethnicities and cultures that make the show really, you can travel anywhere with it and anyone can enjoy it. It is an international phenomenon for a reason. We performed in pretty much every country you can name, and young and old, everybody really, really loves it.
Yeah. How have you guys just seen yourself, grow working together as a team on this as well?
Yeah, I think that's the coolest part of the show is that the creators like to say that we're like a band. We're 8 people on stage at a time, 12 people total in the touring company, and everybody is super in tune with each other. If one person is off, a whole number can crumble. It doesn't happen often, but I think that's the coolest part. There's a synergy on stage where we're all looking at each other and giving each other, vocal cues here and there, and really making sure that the music is tight, because we really are like an 8-person band.
Yeah.
Speaking to that, just real quick, we have a number called paint cans, in which we're effectively juggling. There's, I think, 8 of us on stage, and there'll be 9 cans. So at any point, there's a can in the air, and we also are playing rhythm at the same time. So that just speaks to the fact that we do always have to be very alert and working with each other to make it come true.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Washington Pavilion, so
Yeah.
I guess when is it, and then how can people kind of get tickets, or where can they go for that?
So it's tonight and tomorrow at 7:30, like you said, at the Washington Pavilion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a website.
Oh yeah, you can probably go to Washington
Okay,
Pavilion
yeah,
and get tickets, so yeah, so people can just do that, and then you
Yes.
have a little bit of a sample for us today,
Yeah.
just a little
Just a
preview,
little
sneak
taste.
peek,
Yeah.
so let's see that.
Cool, sure.
Awesome.
All right.
That was awesome. That was so great. And I'm sure it's even better, like actually live and watching one of your shows. So
Oh,
thank you
absolutely.
so much.
There's
people.
Yeah,
actual
awesome.
people and lights. And
Oh yeah, for sure. So definitely stop by and see one of their shows. And we'll be right back after the break.